Hey, welcome back. So occasionally, maybe some more than others, we feel competitive with people around us, and we feel jealous sometimes, and we don't even realize the competitiveness has become jealousy. And often it's with people we care about the most. So therapist and friend Joshua Magallanes is here. So feeling jealous about someone we know, like our friends or our family member, someone we're close to, I was reading that it's actually hardwired in us, and I don't feel terrible about that now.
No, you shouldn't. In fact, we are hardwired because we start to evaluate what is it that I have and what is it that they have and how come I don't have that. And so we're constantly going through this checks and balances between our internal ourselves.
So what do I do about it? Like, should I do something about it? I mean, it feels kind of icky.
Sure. Yeah, it does feel icky. And I think, really paying attention to where it stems from. Like, what is it about? Is it a certain skill? Is it a ability that you may or may not have? And so, yeah, acknowledging what it is that you do want and what is it about ourselves that we want that.
So why is it that it's people who I don't know that I don't feel that competitive with, but it's people that I do know or that are close to me that I feel the most competitive with? That feels like the potential of most being destructive.
Sure. It's basic, but not so basic, right? I mean, it's the people that we love, we have emotional connection to. We want to sometimes show up better than or be better than, and if it's somebody that we don't know, it's kind of like, well, they're them and that's okay, they get to be that. But you, on the other hand, I should be right where you're at, and how come?
Yeah.
Siblings especially.
Yeah.
And emotional partners.
All right, so is there ever a time where competitiveness or even jealousy could be helpful in my life? I mean, if it's hardwired into me, then evolution must have brought me to this point for some reason.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I think really acknowledging if it's maybe an area of wanting to be more social, for instance. Maybe we've got a friend who is very outspoken, who is able to hold their own at a party, and that's a skill or a characteristic that we want. Really kind of looking at, okay, well, what is it that I can do? If it's in ways of being and showing up in the world of being happy or being more social, how can I show up that way? And am I closing myself off, right? Are there too many boundaries set up? So I do think it can help. Also, maybe if we're looking at wanting to live more healthier lives in terms of food intake, exercise, etc., looking at, okay, well, what have I kind of let go of? And how can I take those back? So talking about that internal locus of control.
What about if I've noticed, sort of, and maybe as I'm watching this segment, that maybe jealousy or competitiveness really is something that is getting to me? How do I walk it back if I've already gotten to the point where I am pretty jealous or pretty competitive?
Yeah, and acknowledge those feelings and emotions, and they're real, right? It's something that we're feeling, and typically we can really look at, okay, well, what are the insecurities that we have, the inadequacies that we feel, and start to acknowledge, okay, here's how come I feel this way. And it's not my friend, it's not my partner or my family member that is doing this on purpose to me. But, then start to walk back into and say, okay, you know what, that's maybe how I want to not be. So what can I do to change it? And have a conversation. If it's a friend especially, use I statements. I'm real envious of your workout regimen, or I'm feeling really jealous about how you look these days. You look fantastic. So really just talking about it and putting it out there.
I love that. It's like basically taking ownership of your own jealousy and then involving somebody in it to sort of say, hey, maybe we're in this together and maybe I could fix the thing that I feel deficit about.
Most definitely. And what you'll probably find out is they too have that same situation going on for them.
As always, you help us a great deal. Thank you very much. Therapist Joshua Magallanes, joshuatherapy.com. He's always available there, ready to help you and take your questions and give you great advice. Thanks very much.
Thank you.